The Exorcism of Anneliese Michel. In 1970, as Germany, in the small town of Klingenberg, a deeply religious young woman named Anneliese Michel became the center of one of the most harrowing and tragic cases of exorcism ever recorded. Her story is both chilling and heart-wrenching, a disturbing mix of religious fervor, psychological illness, and a family's desperate faith. Anneliese was a bright and promising student, known for her deep devotion to her Catholic faith. However, at the age of 16, she began experiencing strange symptoms. She would black out frequently, and her body would convulse uncontrollably. Doctors diagnosed her with temporal lobe epilepsy, a condition that can cause seizures, hallucinations, and a sense of altered reality. Despite the medication prescribed to her, Anneliese's condition only worsened. Over time, her symptoms took on a more terrifying nature. She began to see what she described as demonic faces, hear voices telling her that she was damned, and she developed an aversion to religious objects. Her behavior grew increasingly erratic and violent. She would scream for hours, destroy religious symbols, eat insects, and drink her own urine. Her family, devout Catholics, became convinced that Anneliese was possessed by demonic forces. Desperate for help, the Michels turned to the church. After much pleading, the local bishop granted permission to perform an exorcism, appointing Father Ernst Alt and Father Arnold Renz to carry out the ritual. Over the next 10 months, Anneliese underwent 67 exorcism sessions, each lasting up to 4 hours. The sessions were grueling. Anneliese's health deteriorated rapidly. She stopped eating, claiming the demons wouldn't allow her to. Her body became emaciated, her voice hoarse from constant screaming. During the exorcisms, she would often speak in voices not her own, growling and speaking in tongues, naming the entities she believed were inside her: Lucifer, Judas, Nero, Cain, and others. The priests and her family were convinced that she was battling a legion of demons. As the exorcisms continued, Anneliese's condition worsened to the point where she was bedridden. She was covered in bruises and sores, the result of self-inflicted injuries during the exorcisms. Her knees were shattered from repeatedly kneeling in prayer. Despite her clear physical decline, she refused medical attention, believing that this suffering was part of a divine plan. On July 1st, 1976, Anneliese Michel died in her home. She was just 23 years old. The official cause of death was malnutrition and dehydration. She had wasted away to just 68 pounds at the time of her death. Her death sparked a massive legal battle. Anneliese's parents and the 2 priests were charged with negligent homicide. The trial revealed horrifying details about the exorcisms, including audio recordings where Anneliese could be heard screaming and growling, pleading for the torture to end. The defense argued that Anneliese had been possessed and that the exorcisms were necessary to save her soul. However, the court ruled that she was a victim of her own illness and the fanatical beliefs of those around her. The priests and her parents were found guilty, though they received suspended sentences. Anneliese Michel's story is a disturbing tale of faith and madness, where the lines between religion, mental illness, and human suffering were tragically blurred. Her grave has since become a pilgrimage site for those who believe in her sainthood, despite the church's official stance. But for many, her story is a chilling reminder of the dangers of religious extremism and the devastating consequences of ignoring medical science in favor of supernatural beliefs.
Enjoyed the content? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more awesome videos your way. Don't forget to click the bell icon to stay updated with all our latest uploads. Thanks for watching.